In this video, we will be talking about the principles of Islam. What does Allah want a believing person to believe in? Let's tell this with a story from the life of our Prophet. One day, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, and his friends were sitting at a place and the door knocked. An elderly man with clean white clothes, a white beard, and with no signs of travel came in. He sat knee to knee with the Prophet and asked him, "What is Iman?" What do you think his answer was? Well, his answer was the 6 pillars of Iman. After the Prophet answered him, he said to the Prophet, "You are correct," and then just left. When one of the companions went outside to see where he went, he realized that the man had disappeared. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, asked his companions if they knew who that man was. Then he said, "That was Gabriel, who had come to teach you your religion." Yes, as Muslims, we are required to know and believe the principles of faith. According to Islam, we have to believe in Allah, the angels of Allah, the books of Allah, the messengers of Allah, Rasulullah, the day of judgment, the supremacy of the divine will, and life after death. If a person does not believe in even one of these 6 pillars, as Allah has commanded, they will be among the astray. Belief in Allah. The first pillar is, of course, the belief in Allah. Unfortunately, some people ascribe false attributes to Allah. Questions like, where does Allah live? As if He is restricted like humans. We Muslims have our knowledge of Allah through what He revealed in the Holy Quran or through Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. In what is called the greatest verse of the Quran, we also know it as Ayat al-Kursi. Allah describes Himself to us in a very brief way. In the verse we are told that there is no other God besides Him. He is alive, eternal, does not sleep. He is the owner of everything in the universe, and everything happens according to His will. His knowledge encompasses everything, and He is the Almighty One God. Angels of Allah. The second principle of Islam is the belief of angels. We know that there are millions and millions of angels, and that they are created from light. It is said that every raindrop that comes down with an angel does not come down ever again with the same angel. They obey Allah and do not sin. They carry out His will and have no free will. Angel Gabriel, for example, brought revelations from Allah to Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, and other prophets. Books of Allah. The third principle of Islam is belief of the holy books. Allah revealed books of guidance through His prophets. Muslims believe in all the original books of Allah mentioned in the Quran, the Tawrat, the Zabur, the Injil, and Suhuf Ibrahim. The Quran is the only book of Allah which exists unchanged in its original form. The Quran was recorded as soon as it was revealed and was memorized by heart by Muslims at the time. Today there are thousands of Muslims around the world who know the 600 pages off by heart. So even if all the Qurans in the world were lost somehow, it would be compiled in a day or two. Messengers of Allah. Belief of prophets is the 4th pillar of Islam. Allah sent prophets and messengers to show people the right path. There is no nation to which Allah did not send a prophet, as mentioned in the Quran. The name of 25 prophets are mentioned in the Quran. For example, Adam, Nuh, Ibrahim, Musa, Isa, and Muhammad, peace be upon them all. All prophets and messengers preached Islam, to surrender to the will of Allah, the one who has no partners. Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, is the seal and final one of the prophets. Al-Qadr. We believe that Allah, with His absolute knowledge, knows everything that we will do and has written it down. It is believing that good and evil come from Allah, and that even a leaf does not move in the universe without His knowledge. Akhirah. And the last principle of our religion is in the belief of Akhirah, or life after death. Life on earth is meant to be a preparation for the Akhirah. Life is meaningless if people of good actions are not rewarded and people of bad conduct are not punished on the day of judgment. Believers will be rewarded for their good actions by admitting them to Jannah, or paradise, while wrongdoers and unbelievers will be punished in an-nar, hellfire. We can aim to keep all the conditions of faith in mind as follows. Allah has sent down messages in the form of books to His prophets through His angels, and has invited us to believe in Qadar for the happiness of this world and the hereafter, and to believe in an afterlife that will be the result of every deed we do. A person who believes in every step of this message is called a believer. May Allah keep us on the right path.